Good morning and welcome to Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. It's not just a show. This is a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness, keeping your heart pumping with positivity. Y'all, it's always the 2 minutes before we go on everybody's in here.
That's when you start clowning
up. So we took it back this morning. We took it back to the old school church.
Yes, we did.
I grew up Baptist in them deacons. Okay, it's always second service, right? It's after we done had lunch in fellowship hall, first floor, basement level. And then they come up, they start the devotion, and they just be acting up.
Ebony.
So before we get into like the actual meat of the show, my question is, why do deacons go in so hard? And
I got a statement I'd like to make before you go into that.
I would like you to make your statement.
I wanted to thank you for that melon, that cantaloupe.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Them ears of corn.
Wait.
Yeah. What? Listen.
Wait.
Listen. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
What we doing?
Well, you wasn't at the resource fair.
We're gonna get into it because listen, y'all, I had to take a couple days off.
I was
we
at
did
the resource fair.
Were you at the resource? Not ours.
Not outreach resource fair.
Yeah. Did you go to the other resource fair? You did.
Yeah.
Oh, if y'all could have saw that look.
Yeah.
No, he ran through that. He just ran through.
Hey man, I dibbled and dabbled.
He said, I'm here. So yes, let's start off with the NOV Health Fair. It was a time, y'all. It was a time. I mentioned on the show last week, shout out to Annie Sweets, because I was grubbing. Okay, I probably shouldn't have been. I was at the health fair. I should have been focused on health.
She showed up and showed out.
But I did. I went straight to the cake. And you know what? Let me tell you, this is y'all, I'm in the gym, but every now and then I have tendencies. I left my banana pudding in her cooler. Mm-hmm. So Annie Sweets, if you listening, I would like to claim my
Oh, that's the one she told me. She said, I got one left.
Wow. You just over there just looking at me, skinning and grinning. Boy, they don't treat you
I didn't
right.
realize that was yours.
Shame. Yeah, they don't make it like they used to back in Fellowship Hall. But the resource fair for NOV was a time. So kudos to y'all for putting on such a stellar event.
And kudos to Outreach, man. Again.
Yeah. Listen.
Just an awesome time.
Listen, we had a time. August 9th. Where were you right out?
I was in Miami for my birthday.
We're going to get into that because we're going to talk about the health screenings that Outreach has coming back from Miami. So we're going to make sure that you're
coming back from Miami. He may need some new screenings.
Welcome to Miami. I died.
Mm-hmm. It's Muy Caliente. It is Muy Caliente.
Muy.
Oh, so you come back speaking Spanish.
Muy, man.
Espanol, señor.
Y'all are a mess.
I thought muy.
Listen, we're gonna get into that in all of the
what happens
screening.
in Miami stays in Miami.
It never stays in Miami. See, that's the problem.
Sometimes I walk the line like Johnny Cash. I walk the line.
Oh my God. You see, it just devolves into debauchery. Debauchery is the word of the day.
I was participating in debauchery. Amen.
As you should. When you see debauchery, you must partake.
Oh, you must participate.
Debo, do you participate in debauchery?
No.
Ain't no victims, just volunteers.
As far away from debauchery as I can.
You know,
did
Jermaine show you his weight loss?
Yeah, hey man, listen here, man. I've been on a journey.
Listen,
man.
I'll leave y'all for 5 minutes, and y'all start making progress.
Listen
y'all
here,
start
man.
doing the things.
I didn't say nothing about me.
Well,
yeah, Debo still got about 8 years
of what, Jermaine?
You're not gonna treat him like that.
You're
not gonna treat him like that.
He got 8 years of apple pies.
You're not gonna treat. Was it 2 for 1 at McDonald's? No, we're focused.
He taking some.
We're staying focused.
Yeah, man, I'm taking
colon cleansing.
Hey,
ooh,
listen.
Okay. Wait, because you came back from my. Listen, I need a whole chart. What's
listen, man. I went to
on the chart.
I had steak and potatoes. And I went to the most expensive restaurant I could find and made them pay for it.
Right. And wait, we gotta get into it. We're gonna get into it. Hey. I need highlights. Hey. I need low lights.
So delicious.
You think you do? You don't want to hear all of that.
So delicious.
But maybe in the commercial break, maybe it might not be fit for TV. I don't know.
So delicious.
It's also radio, Ebony.
Again, listen. This is a family show. This is a family program. We like to keep it clean, PG and PC. Mm-hmm. But no, our health fair was a time. Listen, first let me say thank you to Debo for making sure that we could broadcast live while we were there.
Three
Thank
trips. It
you
only
to-
took us 3 trips.
It only took us 3 trips, but it was flawless. So if you were listening in on the 9th, we appreciate you. It was a time. Look, we got a caller. Probably with some debauchery.
So delicious.
Greetings and good
They
morning.
calling your show is debauchery involved.
I mean, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Ebony. This
Good
is Angela.
morning. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm fantastic. Did you enjoy the health fair?
Yes, I did till I had that little situation, but it's okay though
She had a
because
what?
God
She had a
is
little
good.
It was a little
Situation.
situation.
It's a little situation, but
Yeah.
it's okay. Me and Miss Ebony, we there still.
We got it. We got it
Right,
covered.
so
We
just
got it covered.
stand to the sideline, Mr. Debo, because we got this.
Told me stand to the side.
Mr.
Stand,
Debo.
Mr. Debo, stand on the
I
sideline.
appreciate that.
But no, you got your produce. Did you get your other goodies I left for you, Miss Angela?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Because
okay.
it was just. Well,
got
we'll have to talk about that when we're not on the air because
Gotcha.
it's a personal
Gotcha.
situation between I and you.
Gotcha.
But so anyway, yeah, the produce, I passed it on to someone because it was just too heavy for me to carry, so I passed it on to a good, decent person.
I love it. And let me just give you a shout out, Angela. Number one, for always coming through. So I will say, no matter the event, Angela's gonna show up. She's gonna make her way to the outreach booth. So let me just say I appreciate that dedication to yourself, the community, and then just supporting the events that we have. But let me also give you a shout out for coming through and just being a kind person. She asked about some of our resources, and she wasn't asking on behalf of herself. She was asking on behalf of somebody else. And I think that's when you truly start making a difference, is when you can say, well, this might not benefit me, but I do know who it can help. So that warmed my heart a little bit. I was like, we a community out here. So I appreciate
she
you.
can be nice when she want to be.
Every fourth
Mr.
Saturday.
Devo.
I said when you want to be. I gave you a compliment, Miss Angela.
I appreciate it, but I'm always nice to you, Mr. Debo. You
I'm
was
not
the
just
first
talking about
one
me.
that
I've seen how you handle others. I've seen you handle others a little rough.
See, but you know
okay,
what?
yeah,
I'm gonna stand on Angela's side.
when it's necessary, then I have to. But you know what? I'm learning to fall back and let people be where they are because that's not me anymore today. So you know, I'm keeping my hands clean and keeping my thoughts straight.
Won't
so
he do
you
it?
know,
Jesus has
Listen,
changed her whole life.
But you know what? Y'all bring up a
Colonel.
good point. Some people mistake kindness
Yeah, for weakness.
Yes,
Oh,
they
I still
do.
bust your head to white.
and especially with me, Miss Ebony, because I'm such a kind-hearted person.
That part.
I will give a person a shirt off my back if they really need it.
I will also give you a pumpkin head.
We don't condone violence.
Back in the day, yes, I did, but now today I will not. Because I have changed. Because God has changed me, and I am so thankful that He has. And the people that know I can lay hands, they thankful too that I don't.
See, you know what? But you listen. I'm telling y'all bring up a good point. I made a post this week just about where people have come from and what people have overcome. So I will say this: just because somebody is kind, right, does not mean that they won't. I won't say that they cannot tighten you up and correct where necessary.
Yeah, exactly.
So the post I made was don't assume that peacekeepers are unskilled at war, right? But peacekeepers understand the value of peace, right? But that does not mean they cannot go to war if necessary, if provoked, or if needed. Now, for me, I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies. I never have. It's something that for me, it bothers me to prey on somebody's weakness. So I like to say I have my way of dealing with bullies.
And see, I was never a bully. Yeah. I didn't bully people. I never gotten bullied because they knew
that part. that part. Know. But also standing in for somebody else. So it's like, you know, I look at I've always had a big mouth. I've always been outspoken. That is nothing new. But I don't like recklessness, especially for folks that are perceived to be weak. Just leave folks alone. That's the moral of the story is leave folks alone. If they look peaceful, if they look happy, leave them in their space because you might be provoking a giant, and that's good for nobody. So Miss Angela, keep listening. keep showing
Yes,
up.
ma'am.
And I will be in today. I did take a couple days off just to rest, restore, get myself back together, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. I did not go to Miami, sadly.
Oh, I know you didn't. Jermaine right now went though.
I know,
Yeah.
and you know we're gonna hear all about these salacious deals.
So delicious.
I know already.
Yeah.
Y'all on the last shot.
Yeah, man. I was South Beach on
Look
the
at
beach.
him. He can't
you know,
even keep it saying.
and,
He just thinking about it.
Yeah, you understand me under the palm trees
Yeah,
and
you understand
the shade. You understand me? I was twinkling my toes.
What was going on in the
shade.
shade tree? That's in the second hour.
All right, you all have a
Let's go
good day.
find it.
God bless you. Love you
Same
all.
to you. Love you,
Go
Angela.
find
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen,
Yes.
Right Out is a mess. On that note, let me just say, Outreach Community Health Centers does provide all of your health screenings, your vaccinations, your immunizations, your ointments and appointments.
And
Okay?
appointments.
Your ointments and appointments. We got you covered. Because if you're gonna be outside, make sure your tires have some tread. That's all I can say. But get back to the health fair. Listen, the run flats. Anyway, we're moving on to, this is a family show.
So
is there a disclaimer?
So for this resource fair that you guys had, was it for the community to help them find jobs, to help them
I
find?
got you. No, it was first and foremost a time for fun, right? For family fun. So we had the face painting, the backpack giveaways, blood pressure checks, just making sure people were good. And then produce. So that's a hit. Like literally, you walk up with your bag and just fill your bag with produce.
Wow,
like it was a moment. It
was open still.
It was. It was providing. For the community. Then we also had Amazon. So Amazon came through with like 9,000 pounds of stuff. So it was like the cleaning supplies, the toiletries, and you just come pick it up.
Wow.
Come pick it up.
Now,
so you missed out.
Now that's awesome to actually do that for the community, because you just never know who needs what. That's awesome, man. That.
So while you were gallivanting across the country, some of us were here. He was gallivanting in debauchery. Some of us were here working, holding it down for the community. So it was a time.
I mean, now I did have some good fruit that was close to the border. Oh man, that fruit was good. It tastes real.
I need the camera on Right Out, because it's like the little stars in his eyes are like. It was a good time.
Oh man,
Jesus! It was a good time. See, Jesus ain't had nothing to do with
Jesus
what was going on.
Woke me up so I can partake in the festivities.
That ain't got nothing to do with the sweet baby Jesus in the manger on Christmas Day. Nothing to do with it.
Yeah, those 3 pounds 8 ounces Jesus. They woke me up.
I'm not. We need him on camera, Steve-O, because the people need to see how
sparkle in my eyes. I'm telling you, I felt that thing.
I bet. Yeah. Was your heart pumping with positivity?
Oh, it was pumping.
Hey, that's all we can ask.
You got to keep the blood flow. it was pumping.
Listen, this is a family show. Let's talk
Barbara
about.
Smith said, "Great Friday morning to the
greetings, team." Barbara. Greetings. Listen, it's been a week. It's been a beautiful 2 weeks, actually. Weather has been great, with the exception of, power outages and such. So did y'all get a lot of water flooding wise?
No, not in my home. I personally didn't get any.
Okay.
Thanking God for that, certainly.
Indeed.
But here at the station, we did take on some water. We had a little damage. We ended up purging the entire basement. Now we have the sanitation crew. They'll come in today and get it fully sanitized. I mean, nobody has been allowed to go down there other than workers.
Right. Because mold is a thing, y'all.
Yes.
Mold is a thing. Shout out to science, just basic science. So mold and bacteria are the things we need to be considerations that we should be making. So if you have not been in your basement, you haven't inspected it, please don't do it without a mask at this point. Don't do it without making sure that your airways, your heart,
don't do it without Jesus.
Don't do it without Jesus.
This dude right here.
No, but I heard Greater Mount Sinai got up to 6 feet of water.
Wow.
6 feet.
I heard that church is a total loss.
That is crazy.
Well,
man.
y'all heard about the rep. So I'm an arts. I love arts, culture, music, plays, all that.
Got destroyed?
The rep
Really?
has over $1 million worth of damage.
Whoa.
And they just raised all this money to open this new facility. So
is that the one on Wisconsin Avenue?
it's on Wells, I believe.
Well, it used to be on Wells, but I think they moved into the old theater on Wisconsin Avenue.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're saying total loss.
$1
for
million?
that too. Yeah.
Yikes, man.
So that's in a couple hours. So the other considerations that we need to be making is we know we have lead, right? So lead in the pipes, lead in the water. Make sure you get your pipes tested at this point, because you don't know what that water has disrupted, what is put into the pipes around your home. So it's not even necessarily coming into your home, but what's around your home. So it might be time just to do a 360 check.
Might be time to move.
Yeah.
Miami.
Okay.
Welcome to Miami.
Hey, oh man,
y'all are a mess. We need to go somewhere practical like Rhode Island.
Let's go.
We need to do something, adult-like, and just relax, chop some wood. Okay. That's what
let's go to Denmark.
They do in Rhode Island. I'm not touching that either. See how I just skirted around that? Not today. Not today.
What's that melon called y'all gave me down there? What was that melon is?
I don't know.
That's it was green and on the inside is a melon. It's very sweet.
Cantaloupe?
You have the
honeydew.
Honeydew. Oh yeah, honeydew is. Oh, I love
honeydew melon. Man, was off the.
I love, especially when it's right.
Oh, it was
when
right.
the honeydew was. Oh my God!
I don't know who they got their produce from. I don't know if Ebony growed it all year.
I did.
No, you know what?
I got a little something in the background. I got a little something in the background.
Now you know. There's a way, and I actually found this to be true.
Here we go, Ebony.
No, seriously,
we're not doing
that.
it.
If you want to test your watermelon to see how sweet it is, hit it in the middle to hear how hollow it is, and if it's hollow, it's sweet. And so my daddy showed me that, and I didn't believe it at first.
That's old, man.
So
and
wait,
you hit it right in the middle. Pop,
stand
back
from this idea, and I want you to think about how this looks to the public. So you roll up, you roll
the dog out the
cart, and you
start slapping the melon.
Some things.
Yeah. Hey, but it works if you want to keep
his daddy slapping the melon.
Oh, slap the dog out and be like, "Yes, son, this it." And so enough,
get that one right there.
And so enough that when you take it home and cut it, it's sweet as a fool.
I don't know. I cannot confirm.
Yeah, it is.
Ebony, don't let me see you out of
the
produce department slapping melons.
You'd be like, it sounds like A flat.
Where is this conversation going? What did y'all eat for breakfast this morning? It's a family program.
We had McDonald's steak. I had the steak, egg, and cheese biscuit.
I didn't have none of that.
A biscuit? That's not good for you, Devo.
Biscuit
Don't
isn't
get
good?
me started.
No, man, too much carbs, man.
So the steak wasn't good either?
No, the steak was processed.
No, steak is delicious, though.
So delicious. That show had me.
Let me say. But y'all will say this. I'm hurting because August I said no meat, no alcohol. And when I tell you, I'm like, that steak.
You've been doing okay with the meat part, but you've been struggling?
No.
I've been struggling.
No, actually, I feel better with no alcohol. I gotta say that part. But man, the no meat
wine anyway.
I wish, but listen.
So I want you to get you some plant-based meat.
September is coming. Listen, plant-based meat is not it. You might as well just figure out how to make it with mushrooms. Okay. But the impossibles, No.
I mean, I tasted one of them and I was like, yeah, this is impossible for me to swallow.
Impossible for me to continue.
Yeah, doc, this ain't going down.
No, I love a good a veggie taco, lion's mane, all of those. Deliciousness. So no complaints. For sure, no complaints. But I'm trying to listen, September is back. So if you want to bring your girl out, I'm looking for steaks. I'm looking for potatoes. No, right out. No. There is a list on this side of. There's a list, and it's like no. Little broccolini on the side. But no. We are a family show, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I'll be back. But I feel better. So no meat, no sausage, Devo. It's not good.
I didn't have sausage. I said steak, egg, cheese.
The egg and
on
the
a biscuit.
On the
biscuit, the steak.
I got my dairy.
Did you have your little fruit cup on the side?
No, I had a high C orange.
God. No. Do they still make that?
Yeah. So delicious. Everybody in the building is like, yeah.
Clock way over in the other room.
Everybody in the building.
He in the production
Is that
suit.
what they used to serve? Like, I just remember the McDonald's used to sponsor like every sporting event. They used to give you the big jugs of the orange drink. That's High C, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You drinking High C this?
So delicious.
We're getting some water. We're shutting it down. Listen, we probably got to go to break because y'all acting up. I'm gonna get right out some water and some fruit.
So delicious.
Honeydew, get him some honeydew melon.
I'm not touching that at all. We're gonna get you some honeydew melon. We're not gonna slap it. We're not gonna spank it.
We're not.
That's not
Slap
what
it up,
we're
rub
doing.
it down, and
I'm sure the advocates for fruit treatment are listening, and you about to get it. You are about to get it. But no, when we come back, we're gonna get serious about this show, y'all. We're gonna add the fruit, add the vegetables. We're gonna
we're getting. Let's get serious. Dun, dun, let's get serious.
Y'all see what I'm working with. Y'all see what I'm working with. Y'all are a mess this morning. An absolute mess. You're listening to Community Heartbeat.
Let's get serious.
Presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. Not just a show. This is a movement. I'm Ebony Ssali. We will be right back. that community heartbeat, but not just a show, it's a movement, and it's all day. And you should be laughing. Let's not take life so serious. I mentioned earlier about the whole bullying situation. Just, I think folks in some instances aren't happy with life. So find some happiness. Let me just put that out there in the atmosphere. Find your happiness, find your bliss, find the thing that makes you excited about life. Go do that. For things that don't bring you joy, I think it's better to remove that. That's fine. That is, you know, that's what brings me back. Honestly, finding my own. Yeah. Um, that's personally private. You know, every like you know, like the folks I did. That's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. I like, but no, that's what you work hard. Like, and conversation. Listen, let's get into what the show is actually about. I want to definitely make time for cleanup efforts for the club. We can still do that. Making sure that we have that covered. Talking about generations, right? So, how do you have backup power, making sure that not only our health facilities have that you have them. I'm also for about, and I swear I live in the light capital of the region because both bring thunder. You can actually see the bolts hit the ground in my area. So people will notice I don't hang out late on nights that are raining like that because we get the lightning. We have it's like a little nature preserve nearby. Hey, hey, hey. See, you see how you giving away all my business? Listen, listen. We're gonna talk about stalkers too, because that's an important piece of this conversation. No. I'll bring it home. I'll connect the dots. But I'm very private with like my personal stuff because again, not all kindness is and that whole stand your ground, all of that is real. Is real. But we get a lot of lightning. So I usually lock it down. So I didn't think twice. I knew we would get some but I heard the zap like 5 a.m. Zip, everything shut down. So I'm like, I have two options. I could lay here and read a book, right? Light a couple candles, read a book, or I could go outside and investigate. What do you think I did right out?
Read some books.
I mean, light the candles, and because what can you do at that point, right? So we didn't get power until pretty much the next morning. But it was a moment for me just to get somewhere and sit down.
Yeah.
And I needed that. So but I also made sure that I was prepared for situations like that. So I giggled at myself a bit because I love the prepping shows. You ever watch those? Like the go bag and the bug out bag and the people who convert their hole. I'm not that level. But you should be prepared to stay a couple days without power. If our government has taught us anything over the past, it's only been 8 months.
And it seemed like
it's only been 8 months. Is that we are on our own. So I'll say that, and I'm gonna leave it there. We on our own, y'all. So please be prepared. Generators, cleaning supplies, food, medicines, all of that. You should be prepared to at least live for a little bit without those. But if you do need products, there are lists that are online. I was looking for something that was comprehensive. WISN has a good list of places that are giving away free cleaning supplies. So know that that's out there in the ether, and know that it will take all of us to get through that. Second thing on the list outside of the cleaning piece is the harm reduction. So 8 months in, right out, we only been 8 months with the foolishness. But it's hard. Like if you are not mentally tough, it is hard to wake up every single day. It's like more of the same, ratcheting it up. And what I know for sure is that some people turn to non-positive ways to deal with that. So if drug use is an issue, we have a program every Tuesday that handles just how to process that, how to get through that, and then how to move drugs out of your life. So that is called the harm reduction program every Tuesday from 1:30 to 3:30. If you do want more information on that program, 414-727-6315. The lead crisis is still going on. So right out at the health fair, we actually did screenings for lead.
Oh,
you know why?
Nice.
Because the babies matter.
Yeah.
Okay. The babies matter. So if your child is still in need of lead testing, give outreach a call, 414-727-6320. Measles. It's like, again, it's just a list of things that we're failing in a community where we should be excelling. So measles is back. Measles is one of those diseases I thought was just a thing that you got vaccinated for because it was in the list. But we had 9 cases as of last week back in Wisconsin. 9 cases. Now, I don't want to say this started in Texas, but that's where kind of patient zero comes from. Now, measles is highly contagious. So I'm going to have everybody pause right now. If you have been feeling under the weather, you need to check for rashes. The telltale sign of measles is a rash. Now, my people, my cousins, friends, family, I know that could be hard to diagnose on darker skin, but please check yourself like thoroughly. Because measles is back. Highly contagious, can stay in the air for hours after a person has gone through. So we need to be protecting ourselves. I think I'm going back in the house right out. I think Ebony's going back in the house until, I don't know, December. Right? Yeah. I think, right?
So when do flu season starts to peak?
Season
like
is about
September,
to come. October. So are you getting a flu shot this year?
Thank the Lord for Jesus. Amen.
Yeah. You missed my comparison, the flu and COVID to rats last time. You missed it.
See, one thing about me, Ebony, I know you know what you're talking about, and I believe you. You know,
and you believe you can fly, right?
I believe I believe everything you say, and you just keep on pushing the good news.
You know, that sounds oddly familiar. Like when folks are like, "You should come visit my church." I'm like, you know what? It's about the personal relationship. It's not performative with me. It's all I can say is this. Flu season is going to start. And what I've discovered is people are being nasty again. People aren't washing their hands again. Yeah. People are being nasty again. Just sneak. And I have no filter. We had this gentleman, I forget what meeting I was in, but I remember sitting at this table and he just coughs, open mouth.
Oh, no.
Like just, you could see the spray.
Oh, no.
So I thought to myself, so my life really truly means nothing to you, right? Like, it really is. In my mind, I use some other choice words about, a two-word phrase that many people. So that's what we're doing to my life. Disregard.
But Ebony,
just open mouth.
A wee bit different than myself. I was at, and this was during COVID. This guy was at Walmart, and he just kept on coughing. So he's behind me in the checkout. I said, you should be at home. There's no way you should be out in public coughing like that, man. Can you back up a few steps too while you're at it?
Just nasty. And so in my defense,
it's for you to say something to him is what I'm saying to you.
No, I take a different approach. If you just keep a mini Lysol and just spray it, because if your level of disrespect is to cough like that open, then I'm just gonna spray this at you. It could go, I don't know, but
spray to your face, all of your mouth,
because nasty. So
the reason I say that though is because There were others at that table that thought and felt the same way you did.
Yeah.
But they just didn't have the wherewithal or the personality.
They didn't have the Lysol spray in their purse either.
Yeah,
they didn't.
But guess what? Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you please cover your mouth when you cough? I mean, you probably should have learned that.
Yeah, Debo, you better than me.
This is kindergarten.
In kindergarten.
Debo better than me with the "would you please." I'd be like, dude. Man, you spitting everywhere.
Again, choice words came to my mind. My mom might be listening, so I won't disturb her angelic thoughts of me. But
trust me, those have been gone.
I am an angel. I am an angel. Don't know what to tell you about that. But I am. So yeah, people are being nasty. They're not washing their hands. They're not taking care of themselves. So Ebony's gonna go in the house. I'm gonna see y'all in December. Get your flu shot, Debo. Just think about it right out.
I did already. It left. I thought about it. It left my mind.
Oh my God! At what point did this show jump the shark? Is the question. It's wild. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all 5 more minutes in here to act up, and then we are focusing. Then we are getting it together. But no, people are nasty. How do we kindly tell people that they're being nasty? Is there a code? Is there something I should be saying besides just you nasty?
No, man, I think sometimes that you just gotta be straightforward. Like, hey, man, that's not right, man. It's people around you spreading your germs.
But
and once it get airborne, I get it, but
it's
cover your mouth up. I mean, just out of respect for people that's there. If you coughing, sneezing, just all of that stuff, that's nasty.
It is. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
And especially if I'm at the table eating and you.
No, we gotta throw the plate away.
Yeah,
that I'm not
throw the table away.
Okay, but I'm a little I'm gonna say I'm a little weird when it comes to stuff like that.
Really?
You can't reach over my plate.
Oh, yeah,
like,
none of that.
Can't,
none of that. You can't reach over my plate. You can't talk over my plate.
Right. You got people now. I'm sorry if you're eating breakfast. If you're eating breakfast, take 5. Because this is. But I'm in a restaurant and I see the waitress put the food down, and she has on a tank top, and her deodorant falls into the food.
Oh.
And so I'm like, I'm weird like that. You can't talk over my plate. You can't reach over my plate because I've seen things like this. Because you're gonna remake it, and they're not gonna remake it.
No,
they're gonna scoop that part off, right? Yeah. And so just people are nasty. You got dirty glasses being served in restaurants again. And I think that's partially why I wear lipstick. I need to know my napkin is clean. I need to know my cups are clean, my fork, spoon, and if it's got lipstick on it.
See, not only that, but man, I went to this banquet one time downtown, and I was watching how the people that was setting up the tables.
Let me get this sanitizer while we're talking about.
And when they was grabbing the cups, they was grabbing the cups with their 2 feet from the top. And I looked at this one guy, nails.
Oh my God.
And they was so filthy. And he just grabbing the cups with the water inside of it, placing it on people's thing.
Can't do it.
I was like, this has to be the nastiest.
Can't do it.
Like, look at your nails.
I don't like buffets. I don't
buffets.
Since Ponderosa, I'm good. I'm super good.
Yeah, I was like, man, like your nails, your hands is crusty, and you grabbing these cups and you serving.
Yeah, it's disgusting. We don't do potlucks.
Yeah,
I'm good. The chili cook-offs, cute concept is super cute. But why do I just envision a cat?
Oh, I was about to say that. All in the kitchen.
We're not. And it's funny because I had a cat. My cat was not allowed in the kitchen, like in any way, shape, or form, like period, ever. Yeah. Ever.
Yeah, we had a cat named Fluffy. She ran away years ago. Yeah, her name was Fluffy.
Y'all, please come check on Right Out. Have you been on vacation, Right Out? I gotta feel what is the change in you just wild out here. Miami done just set you on something.
Yeah, just
different.
What a wonderful world.
Fluffy.
Yeah, Fluffy. Yeah, Fluffy was her name. Yeah, we had Fluffy. She jumped
I'm
over the
call
fence.
your sister and verify. That's what
call
I'm
her.
gonna do.
Watch
I'm
her. Call her.
her and
She gonna tell you,
You
Fluffy
don't have to
ran
call.
away.
She'll call. And
I'm
verify.
gonna have to call and be like, "What is really going on with your brother, child?"
Yeah, Fluffy ran away.
Were you sad?
Yeah, I'm still looking for her.
You know, stranger things can happen.
Yeah.
Fluffy might still.
Fluffy, if you're listening,
come on.
If you're listening,
come on back home,
come
Fluffy.
home. Come on home. Y'all are wild today. This again, we off the rails. I apologize because I didn't rein it in. Somewhere we were talking about immunizations. Now we got to Fluffy. Okay, so do the animals get vaccinated? Like, are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So making sure that just making sure.
Yeah, because
somebody got to get a vaccine.
Well, yeah, because you know.
That dog ain't got not a
somebody got to live to tell the testimony. Might as well be me.
Listen, you know his dogs are not vaccinated, right? They out here with yellow fever, pink eye, a green rash, just out here with referring everything. To? Right out. You ain't got no dog. Lord, okay, we're moving on.
Alone.
We're moving on. Where did we go wrong, Lord? Where did we go wrong? I don't know. There was a whole thing I could have just taken, but see how I did it?
Yeah.
I would like my reward. Yeah. Do I get an applause?
Because you know what? You're going to get this applause.
I could have said, but I didn't say. Just to put a full, beautiful bow on the health fair and the wrap up, that was to celebrate National Health Centers Week. And I will say this, especially as these cuts continue to come down, healthcare is about to get crazy, y'all. It's about to get crazy. One of the influencers I follow, I shouldn't call her influencer, but she is author out of Chicago, wrote a super popular book, and has been at many, many events. But she posted on her story about dental care. She was in Mexico. Her dentist here in the US has said she needed a crown, needed some reconstruction, the whole thing. She went down to Mexico. They said, baby, we just need a deep cleaning. Look, here's your before, here's your after. $180 later, moved on. Right? So that goes from dental surgery to a cleaning. I am sharing that because as cuts come down, people are going to be, quote unquote, trimming the fat, which means all of your beautiful services that you're used to will get cut. As people are dropped from their insurance, people stop going to get checkups. Now, I just mentioned that people were nasty again. I just mentioned that they're not out here washing their hands and doing the things they should be. Plus, we're about to cut healthcare right out. If I can urge you to do nothing else, please, because people are nasty. They about to cough in your face, and now they have measles, highly contagious. They cough in the room, leave the room. The measles is still in the room with us. Okay, so what I'm saying is, there's a time for advocacy, and then there's a time that we got to look at what we got. Okay. Don't make me drag you. I just need about 2 or 3 people. look, 2 or 3 people to help drag right out into the clinic to be vaccinated. Because then if he gets a coughing on me, then I'm sick. See?
Well, you know,
I'm coming in the bubble suit.
I believe that you know, just with some medicine or even just the natural medicine, you can avoid being sick if you get all of that unnecessary mucus out your body. And that's what the sickness stuff look for. It looks for that mucus.
Look, it's my nose, but listen, I have allergies like crazy. Listen. Right out. Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Y'all listen, y'all call me 414-444-5250. Y'all get on my side and tell this man that he needs to get in for the peoples.
But for
the people.
Now just trying to get an understanding, because people ask me this question a lot. So that maybe you can help. So with the flu shot, don't they give you a little bit of the flu so your body can get used to that strand?
Think of it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you drink milk? I try not to drink a lot of milk because it's but I'll use this as an example. You have whole milk, which has like everything in it, right? Everything in it. You have skim milk, which is really white water, right? It's marketed as milk, but it's pretty much white water. The difference between those two, if you have a vaccination, your body is producing the response to it. So it's not an active virus, right? So you're not going to get sick from it, but your body is going to produce the reaction like you are sick, right? So that way, when you get the real bad guys, right? You see my chart. When you get the real bad guys invading your space, your body makes the same reaction. So are you going to get sick from it? No. Is your body going to produce the reaction like it is sick? Yes.
Well, why would I want that though?
Because you don't want to actually be sick, because you could actually die.
Yeah, but if my body feels like it's sick, but I'm really not, then like why would it? I mean, I just just playing devil's advocate.
Let me meet you on your level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weights, right?
Okay.
You lift weight.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You lift heavy, right? You're not in there with the 5-pound little dumbbells, right? Why do you lift heavy weights?
So I can build.
Okay. Yeah. Are you thinking that when the time comes where you need to move the same amount of weight, your body is used to moving that weight, so you're going to do it easily? You're going to do it flawlessly. That is similar to a vaccination. You're building up your body so that it's not an issue when you actually need it. Okay. So that's what we're doing. It's like lifting weights. Your body thinks that, oh my God, I really have to move this weight. It is important to do so at this point. It's probably not important, but just saying. Just saying. Look, we got a caller. Caller, please help me out. Help me out. Welcome to Community Heartbeat.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm hanging in there best I can. Look, I guess I got going in a little different direction. Can I ask you a question? Are you affiliated with Outreach?
I am.
Okay. Who do I speak with concerning some issues dealing with Outreach?
So I went. Go ahead.
I went last week or so ago, and I called when you was on the program. I think maybe again about a week or so ago, and with the issues going on over there, and I didn't get no number. I ended up getting disconnected, but I certainly would like to know who I could speak with concerning some problems. I went and got my blood. They actually took blood out of my arm, took out of in tubes, and they lost my blood. They don't know where my blood went. And
from the lab.
Because who's supposed to pay for that?
Now
I'm
look.
certain I got a bill right now of $100, and I called back. You called that facility. I think I counted 12 times.
Well, I'm gonna give you a number,
and they hang up on you.
I'm gonna give you a number
before they even say anything.
I'm going to give you a number. So write this number down, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what to ask for. You're gonna call 414-727-6320. You're going to ask to be connected to our quality department.
Who?
Quality.
Oh, okay. Quality. If I can get through, that's the same number I call it and get hung up on.
I'm telling you how to get through. Now, there are a couple caveats. We don't open until 8 a.m. So you can call 20 times between now and 8. Nobody's gonna pick up your call. But if you do that after 8 and before 5, right? So I'm working out all the issues that could happen, right? I'm a problem solver. So when somebody brings me an issue, I actually try to solve the problem. So I'm giving you the formula. You're going to call. You're going to ask for quality. The next time you are on site, you are going to fill out one of the surveys. I know that the surveys, the reviews, because I look at them, right? So those are important. Now, just as we complain verbally, put it in writing. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. It's documented.
I did that already on Facebook. Not the Facebook, but
see, I'm giving you the formula.
I mean, that's the disappointment I had in where I go to get my, my health to be looked at. I was highly disappointed.
We
don't
don't
believe that.
you gotta
lost
hear
my
me.
blood.
You gotta hear me. I'm helping you. I'm helping you. So I shared if you're the same caller that called before, I shared with you. Nobody gets it 100%. But pay attention to how people resolve problems. Okay. So I'm giving you the phone number. Facebook is not where we go to deal with business.
It wasn't Facebook. I don't do that social media stuff. But it was one of them. I did. I voiced in writing
when you put it in a survey. Now listen again. I want you to hear me because I'm here to solve the issue.
I'm listening to you.
When you write it on the customer client survey, those have to be kept on file. If you say it to the person at the front desk, depending on what kind of day they had, they might smile and go, "Thank you for your comment." Right? But there's no way to capture that. So if you want to solve the problem, here's how you do it. You call, you ask for the quality department. Number one. Number two, you file it as an actual written documentation. That's going to solve the problem.
Okay.
And then you work with the same people. Now, I'm saying this from a place that I get what you're saying, right? I'm the first one to be like, nah, you got to get it right. You hired to do this. You got to get it right. But we also got to give grace for sometimes people get it wrong. And some people fail. Some people fail spectacularly.
Going on up there. Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know, and again, that's my frustration. I remember again, after I called and voiced my opinion last time he was on the show, gentleman called afterwards saying this wasn't the time, this wasn't the place that I should have made the call. You know, and that angered me even more. Who is he to tell me how long I've been dealing with the issues over there about my health?
Here's the issue, though. I do marketing.
You know, and what's going on.
I do marketing. So I can't even help. Do you hear what I'm saying?
And they hang up. You pick up and they hang up.
Right.
You call, they pick up, and they hang up. And who's supposed to play that game with about their health?
I hear you. But what I'm telling you, and I hope I'm getting through. Marketing.
Yeah, I got down. I wrote the same number I've been calling. You gave me a minute ago. I've been calling that, but I got that number. This time I'm gonna ask, see if I can get through. If I get through, to ask for quality.
Yep.
And see where that's gonna go.
Yep.
But it's still, I got a bill, $100 bill, and I got no blood results. You know, and who's supposed to pay for that?
And that would be a question for them too. I wish I had the answer because I love completing the circle and answering your question, but I don't do billing. I do marketing. I don't do quality. I do marketing. I share information out. And on this show, it's meant to bring the questions and comments that you have to the forefront. So I appreciate your comment. I appreciate because if you're speaking up, there's probably at least 2 or 3 folks that's in the same position. I hear you. And I want the other folks to do the same thing. Get it in writing. I'm also of the belief that I'm not a person that argues. Either we getting it popping or we're not. So what I'm saying is you bring up a point that the service was not what you expected. Here's how you solve it, but make sure you get it in writing. Complain where it matters. Does that make sense?
I got it. All right.
Okay. Now I want you to do me one more favor. Yeah. I want you to call me back in 2 weeks when I'm back and let me know how it goes. Can you do that for me?
Can we do this like off the air? You got a different number I can call you because I really don't. You know what I mean?
Same number. Same number, and you're going to ask for marketing. So call the same number.
727-6220.
That's it.
Marketing.
Yep.
And your name again, ma'am?
Ebony Ssali. You better be listening
Ebony,
in every week. You. All right. And listen, we want to solve the issue. So I appreciate you sharing. I really, really do. Really, really do.
Okay.
All right. Care. Good Bye-bye. Stuff. Good stuff. So, I mean, again, that's the accountability is important, right? So you can't just take the good and not take the bad with it. So I feel it. That's what we got. So hopefully we can get that resolved. I'm not going to say hopefully. We will get that resolved. When we come back, we're going to get into just additional information, additional content. We're going to have some more jokes in here because the gentlemen are acting up. You are listening to Community Heartbeat presented by Outreach Community Health Center. We will be right back. together through wellness, boosting your heart pumping positivity. Now, listen, I said we were going to get into these immunizations. Now, again, I told y'all I don't have the credentials to speak intelligently about this. So I brought in some backup. Before we get to them, let me take this caller. Greetings and good morning. Welcome to Community Heartbeat.
Hey, good morning, Ebony. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you this morning?
Hey, I can't complain. Can't complain.
We got the sun. It's not 117 degrees. We do what we got to do.
Okay, hey, we better enjoy these little last few days of this wonderful weather.
I'm telling you. Look, if you're having a cookout, don't forget my invite. Just saying.
I wish I was, but unfortunately, I am not.
That's fair. That's fair.
I have two things for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I wanted to say in regards to the caller that just got off the phone, he mentioned something about lost blood, and he was concerned about the billing and things like that. So I am a clinical lab tech.
Okay.
I work at one of the area hospitals, and we do service like multiple different clinics. In a situation like that, if something happened where blood is lost or it wasn't like properly stored at the correct temperature and we have to reject it, the patient is not charged. You do not have to worry about that at all. The unfortunate thing is, of course, the doctor is still running those results for whatever the issue is. So they would just contact him back to come back in for a redraw. So it's definitely an inconvenience to him. But just in case you're listening, sir, you will not get charged at all. They're just going to say, on your next visit, can you come back in? You know, we have to redraw you. So that's the only inconvenience of it, which is still unfortunate. But hopefully they can look into that situation and figure out what happened.
So let me lean on your expertise and ask you a question. What are some of the reasons you would reject blood, right? So I know, like, as a patient, you come in, you schedule this time, but what's a reason that we were talking about this just during the break, so we'll get into this a little bit, but what is the reason you would say, you know what, I'm not going to test this blood, I'm not going to use it?
Oh, so depending on what test it is, it needs a certain type of volume. So obviously, if the volume is too short, then we'll they call it QNS, so quantity not sufficient. So we will reject it for that. Some people where you end up going in and being real bad and eating all those bad burgers and greasy fries and stuff like that, do not go in right away. Just and have your blood checked, because and that's why they asked you, have you been fasting? Because if you have like a meal like that and then you end up going into the lab, a lot of times with some of the testing, it tests like it's like a color kind of wavelength thing. And so if the analyzer is having an issue and it can't like properly detect it because of the methodology that's used for it, is going to reject it. And that's oftentimes they call it like lipemic. So depending on what you have drawn, I know you've seen like different tubes, and like let's just say it's like a one, it looks yellow, but we call it a gold top. So they send it through, they spin it down, and it's separated. You leave like the blood cells down at the bottom, and then there's this area at the top that we actually end up testing. Well, it's kind of neat to us, I guess, kind of weird science thing.
Come on, sis, with the education. Listen, I love it.
We call it lipemic. So typically it's supposed to be like this nice kind of pretty yellow color to it. But if we end up seeing it where it's like a white milky type color, then it's lipemic. It's too many lipids in there, and some tests will end up getting rejected because we have different, they call it thresholds. So and it varies depending on what test it is. So some of them, we just have to reject it because we can't test it. And then they will ask you, next time to come back.
Oh, I think we lost her. Bless you. Bless you. All right. So no, this was good stuff. I think we lost her.
Analyzer.
There she is. You
can
dropped
you hear me, Ebony?
Now I can. Yes, you dropped out a little bit. So
sorry,
they put the analyzer in. They've got the color chart that they're checking, but there are medical reasons, is what you're saying, right? It's not like, you know, somebody's got it out for you. They just right. Good stuff.
Oh yeah, because if you think about it, I mean, obviously it's a business. You know, we have to make money. Everybody looking to get them raises, and every business is trying to grow. You know, and but you know, besides all of that, we definitely don't want to inconvenience the patient. You know, and delay you know, proper health care because we constantly asking for redraws. Another thing is it could be like the technique where they call it hemolyze. So it's breaking the red blood cells, which is releasing other things, and it's affecting the test as well. So which can falsely elevate your levels or decrease your levels. So the goal is we want to give out quality, you know, results. And so in situations like that, we have to reject it because it wouldn't be good quality results due to the hemolysis of it. So
come on, look, you gonna be in our after school club. I love the smart people. Listen, come look, smart people, come sit over here. We like this. We like this. Thank you for that. Just kind of walking us through. Like I said, to think that people are 100% all the time, it's not the case. But how you show up when you don't do well, that's the important key. So I hope the gentleman was listening. I hope he continues to listen. We're gonna get it squared away, get you straightened out. And thanks, sis, for listening and giving us that info.
One other quick thing, Ebony. So I just want to say I also called you like some weeks ago and gave you like my little mini yeah, I don't know if you remember
your diet. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm the one that called. But I just wanted to say thank you for the invite for going to the health fair. So I did go. Oh my gosh, I had such a great time.
Yes. Did you get your produce?
I messed up because I went just a little bit later and I was so busy going around to the different booths. By the time I got over there, it wasn't much left, but I did get a few things and I'm grateful for that. So I just wanted to tell people, if you didn't get a chance to go, y'all really missed out. The event, it was well organized, lots of great information. It was a beautiful day. Thankfully, it didn't rain until later. But
amen.
Great event. So I just want to personally say thank y'all so much for all the hard work that y'all did to put into the event. I appreciate it.
Listen, don't have me in here all skinning and grinning. That's because that's what we do it for, right? So it is a heavy lift, but at the end of the day, it's for the community. So I'm glad you came out, had a great time. And look, we'll see you next year. And now you know, get there early, right? Because that's the goodies.
That's the plan.
I love
and I'll be sure to spread the word for y'all for next year.
Please do. And listen, we're going to connect on some other stuff because you're going to get me right with the food, the diet, the whole shebang. So we appreciate you and keep listening and keep sharing. So on that same note, we have in the building, not one, but two doctors. Because listen, again, it's Immunization Awareness Month. We're just coming off our health fair where we did the lead test. So I'm gonna weave this in together. And we're going to talk about how you need to be taking care of yourself in this upcoming flu season. So let me segue first with Dr. Mubunga, our Chief Medical Officer at Outreach Community Health Centers, a friend to the show. So actually, both of them are. So Dr. Mubunga, a board-certified family physician, joined Outreach in 2023. She's a graduate of MCW, the Medical College of Wisconsin, and attended family medicine residency at Aurora St. Luke's, where she was awarded the HIP trial. Okay, I got it. Memorial Award for patient dedication. I won't read the entire bio, but I will say Dr. Nicole Mubunga is that girl. Okay, she's that girl. If you've been listening to the show, she actually saved my life at the last health fair. So she has that on her resume, which is not in the bio. She actually saved Ebony's life. So she is over all of our primary care, our patient care, and just making sure that the medicine is there. So we appreciate you. Welcome to the show, Dr. Mubunga. Let me ask you a question really quick before we introduce our second doc. On the lead test. So we did lead testing. Do we know how many of those we ended up doing at the health fair? I know we did a lot, but I wasn't sure on a number. And she was out there doing the blood pressure. So if you got your blood pressure checked, how were the people overall? Let me ask you that question. Higher blood pressures? Were they pretty steady?
It was a mix.
Okay.
We had plenty of people who came through and said that they knew they had high blood pressure, didn't take their medicine that morning. And we talked about how important it is to be consistent because we know high blood pressure, that's the silent killer.
Indeed. Listen, every health fair we do, where we do blood pressure checks and people come over and they're like, well, I didn't take my meds. Y'all better start taking your meds. You know better. We got to do better. Listen. If you know better, you've got to do better. What are some of the implications, though? Let me just ask you if people aren't taking their heart medication as they should, or if they're skipping doses or having doses. That's real life problems, right?
Yeah. Over time, high blood pressure can cause problems with your blood vessels, increases the risk for a heart attack, stroke. I know it's one that we don't always talk about, but it's meaningful to men, can cause erectile dysfunction, right? So we know, right?
Get your blood pressure right, gentlemen.
That's right. It's really, really important. And it's really important to have it controlled all the time. Yeah. So not just one day out of the week, 2 days out of the week, right? We've really got to take care of those blood vessels in the heart and the kidneys as well. And then if blood pressure gets too high, then that increases that risk of having a stroke, having a heart attack right then and there. And once you have that stroke, you have that damage done, it's done.
Can't reverse it.
Exactly.
Can't reverse it. So also in the studio, we've got Dr. Kimba Banyard, DNP, MSN, FNP, BC, BHPQRIT. Listen, she got the credentials. Okay, let me just tell you, board certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner and family nurse practitioner with training and experience treating patients with family practice, psychiatric disorders across the lifespan and across practice settings. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Kimba. Also that girl. So listen, I brought them in just to talk about where we are collectively in our health throughout this past few months. Immunizations, right? So one of the questions came, cold and flu season. We're about to get into it. I joked earlier, people are being nasty again. They're not washing their hands again. They're coughing just out in the public again. And I don't like it. So we're going to talk about measles, right? Measles is back. I don't know why. So maybe y'all can give me some insight on that. So if you do have your health questions, you can give us a call, 414-444-5250. So Dr. Kimba, let me ask you, you all just did a health fair with the C.H. Mason Clinic Saturday. How was that?
So the health fair was really good. So we talk about immunizations. We also talk about dental health. So we have people come out, we do blood pressure screenings, but then it's a way for, we have Familia Dental there. So Familia Dental will do free dental cleaning, right? And then you have a dentist, you have a dental hygienist that'll tell you, hey, this is what you can do better. And then let's get you booked for an appointment right away. So it's bringing access into our communities. And then we also did the blood pressure screenings. And then we have so many people will say, oh, well, my blood pressure is only 140/90. And it's like, well, that's high, right? And what ends up happening the same way Dr. Mubunga said is that, right, heart disease, stroke, heart attack, but then sometimes even congestive heart failure because your heart can't take it that long. Your blood vessels, as she was saying, can't take it. So then we have a 30-year-old who now we do a chest x-ray or we do an EKG and it shows an enlarged heart. And these are things you can prevent early on. So take it very seriously. Years ago, when I first started, 140/80 was supposedly a normal blood pressure. Now we're saying, no, we need you in the 100s, like the lower hundreds, 100/60, 100/80, 100/70. Those are where we kind of want to keep you. When you start creeping to 120, 130, we're saying you're pre-hypertension. So we got to fix it then. Don't say that you don't have to do anything. Goes with diet, exercise.
Well, last time I got my blood pressure checked, it was 101/70.
Here we go.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, so you understand me.
Okay, just checking. But so you're saying the prolonged piece is right. So how do we just diet, exercise, but focus? I'm gonna say focus. Like if we key in on something to make a change, we go in and change it. When we got to get snatched for that event in 3 weeks, We do what we need to do to make sure that we're there. How do we make heart health a focus? Like, how do we do that?
So we focus on like diet and exercise. So with Outreach's help, we are getting more patients in where most patients really just care about their weight, right? The guys are caring about their weight, which is amazing because we really didn't have guys that cared about their weight. They definitely weren't coming in to be seen, but now they're coming in like, hey, look, I know I need to lose some weight. And then that gives us a chance to like, hey, okay, we talk about, we do screenings for high blood pressure, for depression, for anxiety. So we get you in for your weight, but then we screen you for all these other things. And then we talk about eating better. So I used to work in urology too. So I worked at Aurora for a couple of years. I was a urology nurse practitioner with Dr. Zacharias. And we always say a heart healthy diet is a prostate healthy diet. So for guys, like Dr. Muganga was saying, we get you in when we talk about erectile dysfunction. That's how we can definitely get the guys in because they want to know how do we prevent that. Performance is key. And we say like, you don't have to be embarrassed about it. We have 20-year-olds with erectile dysfunction now. And it's because of the things that we're eating. Right. And so we talk about how brain health, right? The pictures, how this can help with your mental health, but your mind also has to do with like erectile dysfunction and things like that too. But if you're eating bad, it's going to cause your arteries and your vessels also, right, which you have in your growing, are not going to be as well. So we're like getting people in for weight loss, but then we're attacking them with, hey, let's do these labs to make sure you're okay. We also started doing lipoprotein A's. So
that's lipoprotein. What?
Yeah. So in the past, we always did lipid levels. Usually the recommendation is every 2 to 3 years. We do a lipid level, but then we started doing lipoprotein A's, and that is a particular test that looks at your genetic risk for high cholesterol, not just what we're eating, but can you pass it on to your kids? Can I pass it on to mine? And then there's a whole talk around family with it. Now you have this gene, and if you have the lipoprotein A gene, it puts you at 50% more risk for heart attack and stroke, even if you do everything right. So then we talk about exercising and then eating and maybe taking a baby aspirin to prevent it. This is where you see people in their 30s, their 40s, and we come in and you're asking about your weight and we say, do you have any family history of heart disease? Did anyone have a heart attack or a stroke or maybe die? And you say yes. So we're fixing it when they're in their 20s and looking at it. They're even recommending younger kids and their teenagers and 10-year-olds to have a cholesterol level or lipoprotein A test. You only got to get it done once, you guys. You don't have to get it done 100 times like you do with your lipid level, which is your cholesterol, but knowing what your risk factors are for being able to develop heart disease and stroke. Lipoprotein A, we have people come in 300 lipoprotein A. I need you under 75. If you're 300, it doesn't just affect your cholesterol, it doesn't affect your heart. It can cause you not to have babies. So when a woman can't get pregnant, if we do a lipoprotein A and it's high, then we definitely tell you to take an aspirin. We tell you to take fish oil. We even tell them that MTHFR, because that's been associated with.
See, where's my pen? You dropping all this knowledge. Okay. Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Okay.
Right. So the blood has parts, too much fat, too much cholesterol in the blood, problematic. How does that connect to having babies?
So when a woman gets pregnant, right, we have the placenta, and that's a blood vessel too, right? That's how the baby gets fed. That's how the baby gets nutrients from the mom. If that placenta clots off, right? And as a mom, you don't know that. We don't have a telescope to look in there to see if it clots off. If you have lipoprotein A, you're more likely to have clots in that placenta. And so that's where you see like OBGYNs, like that's not our profession. We figure it out and we get you to the OBGYN. But we definitely tell you, hey, take an aspirin, do a fish oil. We got to get you eating better to help promote you getting your body ready for pregnancy. Not a lot of people understand it. And with women, we're having babies well in our 40s now, right? So
they are.
People say, well, how can a 15-year-old get pregnant, but then not a 30 or 40-year-old? Right. Well, because your body takes a beat down, right? With the things we put in our body. Those things are toxic. They can cause oxidative stress. It stresses your body out. So we work on eating better. And then we do the lipoprotein A. And if that's elevated, you can take that to your OBGYN and say, hey, look, I'm trying to get pregnant. I see I have a lipoprotein A. But if you're working with us, we're going to say, take an aspirin, eat more fruits and vegetables, take a fish oil, and that's going to decrease your risk. And then, like even at C.H. Mason Health Clinic, who is partnered with Outreach, we've had women that come in, we do the lipoprotein A. They're really here to lose weight. And then in 2 or 3 months, they're pregnant. Right? Because we got them. Yeah. Well, most of them wanted to get pregnant though. Some of them are like happy about it. But then otherwise we're like, so that's why we have them come in.
Right.
Yes.
No, I absolutely love that. And the connections is what I wanted to make sure that we called out, because sometimes we're so used to, well, this isn't working, and we forget about the things that are very simple, like what you eat. So I shared earlier in the show, this month I said no wine, and y'all know I love my wine, and no meat. By like day 7, clarity. I'm like, just fruits, just vegetables, as close to raw as possible, and just not a lot of oil. You feel better. So I mean, we can talk about, I love a good burger too, but you feel better when you're eating right, for sure, and you're staving off those other issues that could pop up. So what it can't stave off though is some of these diseases. So I brought you two in to talk. Right, you like how I just said, go that back. I want to start y'all off with why immunizations matter. Because and I'm not gonna look up, because I know I joke a lot, but I want to respect everybody, right? And so I do realize that some folks don't want immunizations, but we have problems, right? And so we have some problems we're just going to have regardless. So my philosophy is, let's not compound those problems. If we can stop disease through immunization, let's just do that. And then we can focus on some of the other issues like heart health and wellness across the body. So why immunizations matter is where I want to start. And I want to hear from both of you, knowing that we have measles back, knowing that some of these other diseases we thought were eradicated aren't. Why is it important? Let me just start with just that question. Why are vaccinations important?
I'll jump in on this one. Ebony, you already know my background as an immunologist, right? Vaccines are really how we train our body to fight off infection when we see it. It's prevention, right? Just like we talk about heart disease prevention, right? We can talk about illness prevention relative to specific types of infections. There are some really great vaccines out there. Measles, mumps, and rubella is one of those.
It's the standard.
It is. And it works really, really well when you get it, right? The goal of this is to prevent. It's not to wait until after you're sick and you made it through. Right? We know that a lot of these infectious diseases can cause long-term complications or even death. We don't want to hear about a single person dying from any type of exactly. And we know that for a lot of these diseases, it hits our little ones harder. As a mom of 3, I cannot even fathom the heartbreak I would experience if my kid got sick with something that, had I done something about beforehand, I could have prevented it. Yeah. So there's a lot of heartbreak with that. Yeah. And like you mentioned, measles, I'd like to say measles is back. It never went away. It's just now hitting us harder because we're not vaccinating as much. Yeah. We really want to see our vaccination rates at least over 85%. 80 is kind of that cutoff, but if we can get up to 90, 95%, we can really help prevent that spread. Unfortunately, Milwaukee does not do a great job of vaccinating. Only about 56% of our kids entering into kindergarten in the MPS district have all of their vaccinations ready for school.
50. So half of our kids are just outside unprotected. Now I like to think of like the coughing, sneezing, right? You think about one sneeze, one kid sneezes in the hand, touches, it's a high five, it's an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's all of these things. And now those germs are all over everything. Now they're bringing it home to us, and then we're going to work. So we got to think kind of the community and how it only takes one of us being sick to affect everybody. Infect, not affect, right? So tell me this, both of you. People think vaccinations, they usually think school, right? It's kindergarten, and then but those boosters, and then as adults, do adults need to be vaccinated? Okay.
Yes, we do. So working in healthcare since I was 17, so I've had to get all these immunizations, all these tests, right? And then we do titers. So that's where you draw your blood, and then they look to see what is your particular immunization to certain diseases like measles, mumps, and Hib and hepatitis and things like that. So we do these titers, and to my surprise, because I've been doing this so long, like every 10 years, my MMR titer goes down. Low, really low. So then I end up having to get MMR again. And then I've been in a couple medical missions, so I go out the country and I help too. So I want to make sure that my immunizations are up to par. But even me, I've gotten all my shots, all the time.
Yeah.
And then after 10, sometimes 15 years, your immunity goes down. So then as you get older, you also worry, because we worry about the young ones, but we worry about the ones getting older, right? And I'm one of those people. I'm getting older, so I worry about having low titers, getting measles, mumps, rubella. So my body might be able to take it, but a young kid isn't. And the Department of Health and Services sent out an email this Wednesday talking about possible increase in multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children and acute flaccid myelitis, right? That's for them from a respiratory issue.
Okay.
So not getting your immunizations, not getting the flu shot. You know, people say, oh, we don't need the flu. I got sick when I got the flu. And what Dr. Muganga just said, when you get these immunizations, some of them are live, some of them are not live. Because what happens is we give you the virus or the bacteria, we give it to you, right? We give you the virus, then your body learns to fight it off, so that if you got sick again or you came in contact with someone else, you're going to be able to fight it off. So then you don't get actually sick. We're not giving you the full virus, right? You're not going to get sick totally, but that's your immune system. It's okay to have a little fever because that's your immune system saying, hey, I'm trying to kick this virus out of my body. But when you don't get that, then you have multi-system inflammatory syndrome in kids, which can cause kidney failure, heart failure. Kids can die from that. So not just say, oh, I don't want to get the immunization because I heard you can get ADHD or autism, right? Those are genetic components too, you guys. So just because you get immunization, you don't necessarily get ADHD, you don't get autism. Some of that could be genetic, right? So I think what has happened in the past, we got Google. People Google it.
Yeah.
And then there's one person put on Google and it doesn't go away. Hey, if you take that shot, you're going to get ADHD or autism. So then some parents say, well, I'm just not going to give it. I'm just going to watch them. But what can happen is, like Dr. Muganga just said, kids can die. Right? Not only that, if I could prevent my child from getting multiflaccid syndrome, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I? Because it's more than them just getting measles or getting a bump or getting chicken pox. They could actually have multi-system inflammatory syndrome and they could die, or they could not have a kidney or need a heart or need a liver, right? So it's really looking and educating, because most parents just say, I seen it on Google. And I'm like, okay, well, that's probably not right. Let me show you the literature. And that's why I bring pamphlets and things like that. And when we're doing our outreach programs, we bring all this stuff so we can show you, this is not me just saying it. You don't have to listen to me. Let's listen to what the science says. Let's listen to what literature says.
So you bring up a good point. And I think Google, then you got the social media, you got TikTok, you got folks giving their opinion. Never. What we think may not be the case. When we come back, we're going to talk about how social media might be playing a role in the hesitancy of people getting vaccinations. And then options, because I know parents are scrambling. Some of the babies went back to school this week. Some go back next week. Some go back after the holiday. You're scrambling trying to get those vaccinations. We'll come in and let you know how you can get the babies vaccinated before they go back to school. You're listening to Community Heartbeat, presented by our Community Health Centers in the studio. Dr. Mubunga, Dr. Baker, we will be right back. wellness going into this next season. So before the break, we talked about social media and the misinformation that's out there. So people are connecting all kinds of things. The reality is this, the immunity that we get as a community outweighs any of the negatives, right?
Definitely.
What we say. Okay. So how do we shut down? That could be a whole different show. How do we shut down? I tend to report. I just hit the little report button when people are talking foolishness on social media, because it does matter. And at the end of the day, these have real implications. So your idea of what you heard through the grapevine could actually be killing people. Now, I hate to make it seem like it's all or nothing, but that's the reality, right? So make sure you're talking it over with your pediatrician, you're talking it over with your primary care provider, and just make sure you know what's what in your body and the body of your family. So we know that like COVID is, I'll put this in quotes, gone. But we're seeing different diseases kind of take its place. Do people need a flu shot this year? Do they need a COVID shot this year? From the doctors. It's not Ebony marketing. See, like I say, I stay in my lane. Do people need a flu shot this year? Do they need a COVID shot this year?
You already know what I'm going to say.
I know what you're going to say, but I just got to hear it.
Yes, if you want to help protect yourself and protect your family. Flu and COVID shots are different than a lot of our other vaccines. They are not just designed to prevent. The biggest goal of them is to prevent serious complications from them.
Say that again, because the folks are like, I sneezed, so I'm never getting it. Okay.
Yeah. For those in the back.
Yeah. Say it for them. Say it for them.
It is designed to prevent the severe complications, right? It's going to get you back on your feet faster. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I don't have time to miss work.
I don't.
Exactly.
I got those 3 kids running around. I don't have time to slow down. I don't have time to be sick. And that's why I get vaccinated every year. Right?
Indeed. So let me ask you, Dr. Banier, in terms of like the responsibility of the churches, the community organizations. I know the CH Mason does a lot. Holy Redeemer Campus does a lot, just taking care of people. What role do our churches need to step up and kind of help fill that gap too? I know y'all are doing. How do we replicate what y'all are doing?
So it's really nice. So a lot of pastors and people in the community are saying, how can we get immunizations out? Who can we partner with? So with us, we partnered with Anthem. We also partnered with Outreach. Outreach brings tons of support into our community, and they helped us be more available to other people in the community, right? And so what we do is we partner the churches with like Anthem, and we talk to them about outreach, what kind of services outreach can provide, right? And then we have tons of small sessions, like once a month, twice a month, where people can come in and get immunizations, and they can go to their local church. So more recently, like Unity Gospel House of Prayer, they've partnered with Anthem, they partnered with CH Mason, they partnered with us, and then the health department was just out to them for one of their events, giving out immunizations as well. So we really need everyone in the community, not just Outreach, right? Outreach is amazing, not just CH Mason, but we need the people in the community, like the churches, to step up, and we get them the resources through partnerships with like Anthem. So Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is also an amazing insurance provider, and they really get up and they put the funds out. They get out to the church. They put the funds out to ensure. That's why I've always had Blue Cross Blue Shield, right? People laugh, and I'm like, since I was a kid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, I've always had their insurance, but now it even is more important because they're helping in the community reach churches. Yeah. So they're giving churches funds, and then the church can have these fairs the same way Outreach does, and then the actual church will put out little flyers saying, hey, if you go to Outreach, you can get a gift card, or you refer someone, you get a gift card. And it's not about the gift card, but it's about getting people in our community to get out to hear what Dr. Mubarak has to say, right? Yeah. Or hear what I have to say, because otherwise they won't come. So we're really focusing on churches as well, because it takes a village to raise a family, right? To get that out, they might not listen to us, but they'll listen to their pastor.
Right. See that? Listen, it will take all of us to get over just life. It takes all of us. So if your church has not done a vaccination drive, that may be something you want to look into. Again, the city has resources. I'm just looking at my homework that I put together. The city ordered 800 additional doses of the MMR vaccine. So it's not an issue of shortages. If you make an appointment, you can walk in. Can people walk into the clinic? Let me ask that, and get a vaccination.
Yes, they can. We were just talking about that during the break.
Okay.
Yeah, walk in to Outreach. We will get you up to date on your vaccinations. I recommend you call ahead because then you don't have to wait as long.
Okay.
But yes, we are going to take care of you when you walk in the door.
Now, people may say that I procrastinate. That may or may not be true. I can neither confirm nor deny. But let's say I procrastinated on getting my shots. And now I got a whole list of the things that I need. Can you catch people up if they're behind on their shots?
Yes, you can. So there are we definitely have diagrams and forms where we can get you caught up, right? And we individualize the care. So some people might be able to get 4 shots, other might only be 2. But we can say, hey, get these 2, come back in 2 weeks. We also make follow-up calls to kind of get them back in so that, because some people say, why can I got to take 5 or 6 shots at one time? Well, typically we always give you 2 or 3 shots at one time, right? So it's not a big deal when it comes to that, but we just have you come in a little bit more to get those shots. It's not just about kids, it's about adults, because you just heard me say that we lose our immunity as well. So if I come in the house and get my kids sick or my grandkids sick, right? That's a problem. And then if he's not immunized, so we got to, you have herd immunity. Everybody in the community has to take ownership of it. And then we can prevent this from being in our community.
And again, the people are being nasty. So all it takes is one person to cough on your baby at the grocery store that can send ripples through your house. You can get caught up. You can come in and walk in and get those vaccinations. There may be a wait if you don't call in ahead of time, but you can get that done. Let me ask, in terms of the resurgences. So you said measles never really went away. And it's because we kind of haven't put it back at the forefront. The beginning of the school year, what's the next big milestone that kids get most of their immunizations? We know it goes into the school system, but what's the next kind of milestone?
When you're going into 5th or 6th grade, then that's when we start doing your boosters, right? Your tetanus booster. Then we start encouraging vaccinations like HPV, which I know back in my day, right? Now I feel old. HPV vaccination. Well, an HPV vaccination back then was only through age 25.
Yes.
We have pushed that all the way to 45 because we found that HPV is the #1 cause of head and neck cancers.
Yes.
Talk to us about what HPV is.
So HPV is human papillomavirus.
What does that mean?
It's a virus that likes to cause some of the cells in our body to change into cancer, right? Over time. We focused initially on cervical cancer.
Okay.
It's #1 cause of cervical cancer. Now that we're vaccinating our kids before they get their virus, if I can't stress enough, this is about getting it before. But now we're looking at more information about what else does HPV do. It does a ton in the nose, in the mouth, in the throat, all over. And if we know we can take a shot to prevent cancer,
then
like,
do it.
why are we sitting?
Do it. You can do it up to 45. Exactly. Okay. And I know you get a lot of the conversation. Oh, is it a sexually active thing? Listen, every vaccination that they recommend, do your homework on it and you decide. For me, if I can take a shot and prevent cancer, knowing Black women and their predisposition to cancers, whether that be through diet or through heritage or whatever that cause might be, if I can lower my chances, that just makes good sense, right? For me, that makes good sense. So this is your big sister, cousin, homie saying it probably makes sense for you too. Let me ask this. Are there neighborhoods in the city where, because I always look at like pockets of people where we saw what COVID did for the city. Do we have any of those considerations in terms of vaccines, or is it pretty much everybody should be getting their vaccinations? It doesn't matter kind of where you are in the city, right?
It doesn't matter where you are in the city. We do see that in certain zip codes and in certain pockets of the city, they don't have as much, but they don't immunizations, right? They're not getting them as often. But in certain areas, right, if you do a community survey, we don't have as many clinics, right? That's why we're trying to get more out. That's why Outreach partnered with us, because Outreach realizes we need to be in the community more. If you go look down the street, how many grocery stores do we have in our community? And at 53206, when I taught nursing students, we had them do a community survey. And some of them lived out in Waukesha. They lived in Racine or Kenosha. But nope, your zip code is 53206. Come down and tell me, where can they get food? Where's the fresh farmers market, right? Where can you get things for free? And the students were amazed they couldn't find them, right? You have like Outreach, but then how many more facilities do you have? We need more than just outreach. Outreach is amazing, but I also think that's the greatest thing that outreach partner with us, because they give us resources to be able to open up more into our community to help people. Then they can definitely walk in off the street, right? And so then we get them, and then we partner with certain pharmacies that can get us the medication there in 30 minutes. So yeah, you might gotta wait a little bit, but even if you're sick with something else and we assess you, we can get your prescriptions where you go to Walgreens and they're closing a lot, right? So you look at pharmacy deserts too. We can have you, they can come into outreach. Outreach has their own pharmacy. I can call Outreach Pharmacy. I can call We Care or maybe Uptown, and they can get us a prescription within 30 minutes to our clinic. 15 sometimes.
So use the resources that are in the community. I think the caller who mentioned just coming to the health fair and seeing the resources are there, but this is a two-way street. If we're not utilizing those resources, they will be reduced, right? So we need both. We need you to come out and use the resources, knowing that they're there. Share those with your family, right? And then we'll continue to keep sharing out anything y'all want to lead the people with in terms of immunizations, vaccinations, and just the role of our health centers in the city. So I give y'all the final word.
Well, actually, I just want to put one more plug in for the food desert we have, right? And our farmers markets. So not a lot of people know, but if you have a Quest card, you can go to the farmers market match. So every dollar you spend, you get another dollar back. Double your food, right? And right now we know everything costs a ton. Double that food, get your value, get your fresh fruits and vegetables that are grown locally, and get your vaccinations.
So see me at the farmers market. Shout out to that. I'm gonna come back and have a little bit of meat. You got to lunch and learn. Let's give a shout out for that.
All right, so we have two things. We have the Holy Redeemer Fishes and Loaves food pantry. We got free groceries. Like literally, it looks like a grocery store. Free groceries. We have meat. We have fruit. We have vegetables. We have milk. It's so amazing. Open Wednesdays from 5 to 7 p.m. and then Sundays from 11 to 1 p.m. We literally have food that comes from Kroger's, you guys. It's not things that are not healthy for you. These are really good things, and they're things that you can get in the store, but you can come and get them for free. We also have lunch and learns every fourth Tuesday from 12 to 2 p.m. So that's sponsored by the C.H. Mason Health Clinic, but also Anthem. And then this year, we taught individuals in the community how to grow their own garden. So we brought the seeds. We brought multiple different vegetable seeds, and then we brought the dirt, right? I was one at Home Depot grabbing bags and bags of soil, and then we brought these little containers and we showed people how to start their own garden, right? So taking back our community.
No excuses. I'm going to get those things and put those up on our website so that information is available. Dr. Nicole Mabunga, Dr. Kimba Banya, thank y'all so much for being in the building, sharing the knowledge. See, y'all didn't hear from me. You heard it from the doctor. Right out, Devo, I appreciate y'all both. I'm going to keep working. Milwaukee, I appreciate you listening in today. Thank you for sharing your time and space. You'll see us back here in 2 weeks. We will take on the topic suicide awareness and prostate cancer on September 12th. So meet me back here. Follow us on all the platforms. Thank you for listening. We'll see you soon.